All right, welcome guys. Today's video, we are kind of out here off the beaten path. We're kind of northeast of Ayutthaya, and I came across a picture on Facebook that some Thai people were posting, and it intrigued me, so I wanted to come over here and take a look. We're going to look at Wat Phra Non, or the Sleeping Buddha, and there's also another temple, Wat Chumphon, which is the like the temple of the concentration of the troops. And then there's a third temple. I don't know if we'll be able to get up to it. It's kind of out in the brush. So anyway, we'll take a look at the area. Anyway, this is a 12-meter long reclining Buddha, and it's just out here in the middle of some farm country. And let's take a look around here. Okay, over there is one of the temples. That's Wat Chumphon, the temple of the concentration of the troops. And there's a story of it that goes back to when the Cambodians were attacking Ayutthaya right before the first Elephant War, or the Elephant War with Burma. And then the Ayutthaya army built up a pretty sizable force right over here in this area, and then they were able to push them back. And then the other temple, this is Wat Phra Non, or the Sleeping Buddha. And this was right here. And you can see all around. Now there are some subdivisions off on the horizon, but over here is just brush and tall grass. So the story of this temple is that it's just like most of them here in Ayutthaya. They don't really know when it was built, but they assume it's middle Ayutthaya period. And this used to be just a pile of bricks out here. The Buddha had completely collapsed down. And there was a story that one of the locals here would come over and he would use this Buddha as shade. He would come over here and do some fishing. And then he told some other people about it, and people would come over here and started praying. So the Fine Arts Department came back over here in 2017 and restored this to what you see here. Now I'll put in a couple of the pictures that if I can put them in the video so you can kind of see what this used to look like. There wasn't a whole lot here. So they've repaired his arm, put his arm back on it, and done all of that. And this is quite nice. It's pretty cool. Now this is 12 meters long, and it's just 1 meter longer than the Wat over at Wat Chai Mongkul, which is not too far from here. The area here, there's 3 temples. There's that one over there towards the north, this one, and that one, Wat Chumphon, to the south. This used to be a former Khmer barrage, the water storage, the artificial reservoirs that the Khmer would build. This area was ruled by the Khmer out of Lopburi from the 11th century to the 13th century. So there's a lot of ties to the Khmer. There's a chetty over there, and then here people come over and they pray, they make merit right here. They have a little shrine, and then the reclining Buddha is right there. You can see here's a chetty. And there should be a way to get over there to that temple. I can see a car over there. So we'll try to go see it last maybe. And then you can see some of the other buildings that were here, some chetties. Now this used to be the Wehan, and they kept, after they excavated it, they kept the original wall right here, just the base of it. So you can kind of get a feel of how big the building was. Yeah, it's a shame. A lot of this stuff, you know, with the fall of Ayutthaya, all the records were destroyed, all the houses were destroyed, and this was all just abandoned for a couple hundred years. So the jungle encroached on it, and you just can't find anything here anymore. Now that old guy that was the fisherman, he would come over here and he would cut this grass down so that it wasn't covering up the Buddha. But this this grass gets quite tall. Okay, so let's go over there and let's look at that first temple now. You can see some of the rubble here. You can see part of a Buddha. And I'm not sure what was here in this hole. But there were chetties, all the normal stuff that you see all around. You can see there's mounds of others. This would have been accessible by a canal to get over here to these 3 temples. Let's go back through this. Gotta be watching out for snakes when you're out here, out and about like this. Okay, so let's take a quick look around here. Now this is all pretty much down to the base. The Fine Arts Department came over here and restored what you see. So there would have been a ordination hall right here, and then a central prong or central chetty, and then there would have been a wihan on the other side. And they look like they were pretty good sized buildings. And then there's like a couple little shrines, stuff like that all around, and some of the bases of the chetties. The chetty would have been fairly good sized. It has a octagonal base, so it would have been middle Ayutthaya era, and it would have probably had a bell up at the top, but the bell is long gone. And then over here, this would have been the wihan. You can see the outer wall and then the inner part. Now all that's out here is some trees and some brush. Not a whole lot to see. It's a shame that stuff like this really is fun to see, but there's not a whole lot here. You can see it's just kind of surrounded by rice paddies. Definitely out here in the middle of nowhere, and a few houses and stuff like that over that away. All right, so let's see if we can get over there to that other little chetty just to take a quick look. Okay, so I finally found my way around over here to this temple. This is the third one of those that's right here in a line. This is Wat Pra Non, and it's just the third one that's built here in a row, kind of out here in the middle of nowhere. Now in this one here, there's some lady out here. She's burning, doing something. Okay, so this lady right here, she's actually cooking the fish right here. So she has the banana leaves and she made up like a little fire here. And then she has this thing over here for some chickens, and then her houses are right over here. And just right here in the temple ruins. So she's drying out the blah muk, I think is what she said. So let's look at this temple really fast. There's not a whole lot to see because it's just kind of out here in the jungle, and they haven't done a lot of restoration. You can see the bases of these buildings. Over there's like a spire off of the chetty, and then here's the central chetty, and then it would have had all these buildings. This was probably pretty impressive, and it looks like what they've done is they've built everything up high. I'm sure this had a lot of flooding. Most every place here in Ayutthaya floods, and if it was part of that Khmer Beret, that reservoir, then it would have really flooded. You can see what's left of the chetty. So there is still a little bit of the molding at the base, but not a whole lot. This would have been pretty decent size. Now there's just a tree growing right out of the middle. And then they would have had jetties all around. That's the spire for the jetty there. And then just various states of overgrown from the brush. And then over here looks like there's a little bit of the rubble from the Buddha. Let's go see if we see what that is right quick. This actually looks like it was a little reclining Buddha maybe. And then have some of the big stones here. And then some more over here. Oh no, it wouldn't have been a reclining Buddha. This would have been the seated Buddha right here. These would have been his legs. And you can see a couple more of the small ones that are around here. And then over here, some more of the rubble. Yeah, it doesn't look like the Fine Arts Department's going to do much more here. Here's some more of the pieces. And there would have been more out there. Now there's just a spirit house and the base of a chetty. This hall would have been pretty decent sized also, but it's all pretty much gone now. Just to give you an idea, that's the humongous chetty just off on the horizon. That's Wat Yai Chai Mongkul, I think is what the name of it is. And that's just off over in that direction from this. All right guys, that's gonna finish up a quick little video out here. I was just wanting to see that reclining Buddha. I thought that was pretty interesting. But we got a little treat, got to see two other small temples out here. And this area is quite neat. It's pretty rural. It's not too far out of Ayutthaya, but believe it or not, it took me about 40 minutes to find my way from the reclining Buddha over to this third temple. You can't hike down through it because it goes down through the bog. So I had to find a road to get over here. But anyway, I found it and it was pretty neat. It's worth a quick look for me. I know most people won't come out here to see this, but I like to go out and explore and see some different stuff. So anyway, if you enjoy videos like this, make sure you click like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I go show you things that not too many people are showing you, thus out here in the brush. So I like to explore and find new things, and this makes me happy. So anyway, leave me a comment, tell me what you think. If you have any questions or if you want to know anything, let me know in a comment down below, or if you want me to go see something else, tell me that in a comment also, and I'll go do my best to find it and show it to you. And definitely stick around and you're notified whenever I post a new video if you're subscribed. And until next time, from over here in Ayutthaya at Wat Phra Non and the other two temples, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.